Hi, I'm Brooks Montgomery, Manufacturers Rep for the WaterWorks Lamson Reel Company, and I'm here at the River's Edge Fly Shop in Bozeman, Montana. Today I'm going to talk about the new Vanquish reel that was just released by the WaterWorks Lamson Reel Company. Before I get into the workings of the reel, I'd like to talk about the design philosophy that WaterWorks Lamson uses when designing a new reel such as the Vanquish. WaterWorks Lamson is primarily a design company, and when they're coming out with a new reel such as the Vanquish, they work on 5 principles and philosophies on building a reel. First off, they want the reel to be as light as possible, because when you're casting a reel all day long, especially a big game reel, there's a lot of swing weight that you've got to huck all day long, and so they always try and design the lightest reels in the category. The other thing that they always shoot for is simplicity. And the less moving parts in a reel, the less that can go wrong. And again, especially in a big game reel, a lot of reels you'll find disc drag reels with 80 plus parts. WaterWorks Lamson tries to minimize that, and quite a few of the reels have 23, 24, up to maybe 28 total parts in the reel. Large arbor is a huge part of the design philosophy in WaterWorks reels. With large arbor, you have a constant drag tension when you're fighting a fish. You have a large arbor to help with quicker retrieve when you're fighting the fish and trying to get line back on the reel to get that fish landed. And the other feature is it gets rid of the line memory. And so, especially with saltwater reels, that's important when you have stiffer cores in the lines. The larger arbor in the reel allows that line to come off of the reel with without a bunch of coils that might tangle when you're casting. They always use the best materials available, and when I start talking about the features of this reel, we'll go over the materials that they use that are, they think, far superior to anything else out there. And then one of the things that WaterWorks is most known for is their drag system. They use the sealed conical drag, and this new reel has the largest conical drag they've ever built with twice the torque of any of their other reels. It's sealed, it's simple, it has a stainless steel roller clutch, actually a double clutch, and you could drop it in saltwater, mud, and nothing ever happens to it. It's totally sealed. It's made in the USA, and the Vanquish reels are all made actually right in Idaho, and we'll get into that here next. The new Vanquish reel is designed to be the ultimate blue water big game reel. And like all the other WaterWorks Lamson reels, the spools are pressure fit with O-ring seals. To be able to handle big game such as tuna, marlin, tarpon, other big species, the frame has to be stiffer and not wiggle or bend with all the torque that's put on this reel when fighting big game species. So the new frame designed to be very light, but the stiffest frame that WaterWorks has ever built on any of their reels. An integral part of the frame is the new modular stainless steel stripping arm that can be replaced if it starts to wear over the years. Some of the other features that make this reel very unique, for example, is the machined reel foot. The weakest point in big game reels is the foot where the reel attaches to the rod itself, and WaterWorks Lamson has designed the reel foot right into the frame of the reel, eliminating this weak point. It also raises the reel up closer to the rod, eliminating the kind of a fulcrum swing weight. So as you're working with this large arbor reel back and forth casting to big game species, it will have the effect of having less swing weight on the rod, which helps a lot. You're throwing 10 and 12 weight lines all day long to big game species. The other thing that on all the top WaterWorks Lamson reels is the hard Alox anodization. It's proprietary Type 3 anodization. That's the toughest in the world. It comes from the aerospace industry, and it's almost analogous to a porcelain coating on a ceramic mug. You can scratch deep into this anodization and it will buff out. The anodization actually goes deep into the pores and molecules of the bar stock aluminum, and it's very tough, and you need that in a saltwater reel. Another design feature that's unique to this is an oversized handle that's self-lubricating. And again, in saltwater, that's one of the things that tends to seize up on saltwater reels. Corrosion gets to the handles. This is oversized, so you can grab it quick in the middle of a fight, and it's self-lubricating, and you don't have to do anything to maintain that. Another feature on the new Vanquish reel is the V-shaped spool, and it's a very unique feature for WaterWorks reels. The V-shape allows for extra capacity of backing on the reel while maintaining a true large arbor. As you're retrieving backing, and with big game species, sometimes hundreds of yards of backing or several hundred yards, the backing will self-level. It won't build up in the wrong spot on the spool. And as you get all the backing on the reel, you've now got a true large arbor for the fly line itself. And as you know, half the battle is get that fly line on the reel so you can land that fish. Spey aficionados will like this also. Long-bellied spey lines take up a tremendous amount of capacity, and you'll be able to get your backing into the V section on this reel and then get a long 10, 11, 12 weight spey line on here and with lots of extra room. And this reel will be very popular with the spey guys, I predict, in the Northwest. Here's a cutaway of the new Vanquish drag system. It's a sealed conical drag like all WaterWorks reels, but it has a much larger cone that provides twice the torque of any of our other drag systems, and it has a double stainless steel roller clutch system in it, which provides redundancy and also can handle the extra torque that this drag provides. So the new Vanquish reel is a very limited production reel, and admittedly it's a very expensive reel. Why buy the new Vanquish? Well, we feel it's the finest big game fly reel on the planet today. Generally, when you're going after a big game species, it's the trip of a lifetime, and you want to make sure you have gear that performs flawlessly, and that's what this is designed to do. If you're a guide working in the Keys or in blue water trips, you want to make sure your clients have the best gear available. It's also a reel that's not just designed to use with tuna, marlin, tarpon. It's also an excellent spey reel. It's an excellent king salmon reel. And it's certain that this reel will become a collectible with time. It's very limited in production. Each reel comes with a signed letter. All the employees of the WaterWorks Lamson company sign the letter congratulating you on your purchase. And if you follow the history of reels in this class and caliber, you'll find that quite often their value grows with the years because it is a very limited production of perfection.